This is Ron. Ron is he's the videographer today, taking close-ups of the band to post on YouTube so people know what happened here today.
Right. Some of us will know.
Well, that was Old Joe Clark. I heard a version of that at the Winnipeg Folk Festival. This woman sang it like an Irish dirge, this ballad, and by the time she was done, everyone was crying. It was beautiful. And that's what we try and do with every song. Leave you crying.
We'll get there.
I don't think you've ever made me cry.
My mother done told me. Chef Moses. Now he studied Cajun cooking in Canada and France. His jambalaya cheese souffle started my romance. 'Cause in that tin, lies within is quite a tasty treat. There ain't no chef in whole Bayou that has almost the old chef Moses gumbo gator. Packed in silver can, its finest gumbo gator in all Louisiana. Lines around the corner, it's really nothing new. Well, there ain't no fine cuisine in all the Bayou. Now Campbell and Nabisco, the great chef Worthy, have made it all too clear. They want his recipe, but it ain't for sale with the bloodshot eyes that told me that's no joke. The only one who'll buy my gator is good old country folk. Old chef Moses gumbo gator, packed in a silver can, the finest gumbo gator in all Louisiana. Lines around the corner, it's really nothing new. Well, there ain't no fine cuisine in all the Bayou. Turtle soup can't compete with the gumbo gator. Seafood filet gumbo can't compete with the gumbo gator. Black-eyed peas and rice can't compete with the gumbo gator. Crayfish Creole can't compete with the gumbo gator. Louisiana wild goose can't compete with the gumbo gator. Cajun meatloaf can't compete with the gumbo gator. Chicken chow mein can't compete with the gumbo gator. And jalapeno cornbread, no, can't compete with the gumbo gator. Old chef Moses gumbo gator, packed in silver can, and finest gumbo gator in all Louisiana. Lines around the corner is really nothing new. Well, there ain't no fine the cuisine and all the bayou. Now we have a friend in Seattle, Washington. His name is Baby Gramps. And Baby Gramps collects. He's a collector, and he does collect rust. He would come here, you'd wake up one morning, the whole top of that barn would be gone. He collects rusty nails, anything with rust. There's value in rust. Now, Moby was eccentric, and with 1,000 spoons, he built himself a rocket ship and headed for Neptune. And when he got back to Sway, New York, he told us of his find. In all the next day papers, his story made headlines. In all the Sway tabloids, his story made headlines. Neptune is a huge alligator doing a wine. Behind the planet Neptune is a huge alligator doing a wine. Behind the planet Neptune is a huge alligator. He's a little bigger than a moon crater. Behind the planet Neptune is a huge alligator. Appreciate it. We're going to call that the upper tier, the middle tier, and the front row. Front row.
We got the nosebleed seats. Yeah, we got the
You
nosebleed
got the
seats.
cheap seats. A lot goes on in the upper tier, though, that the front row doesn't know about. It's like sitting in the back of the bus as a school kid. That's where the most trouble happened, is the back of the bus.
I sat there a lot.
You did. We'll dedicate this to you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Joe.
Joe? To Joe, who sat in the